Goldie. Patrice and Miko decided to take their relationship to the next level and move in together. On that big day, Patrice and her son Christopher go to Miko's apartment to help her clean and transfer all of her boxes and belongings to the new apartment. Once they were in, they began to unpack and decorate their new apartment. After all the hard work, Patrice said she was hungry. Miko said she was too, and so did Christopher. So they went to Carl's Jr. As they were walking down the hall with their bags and drinks in hand, they made it to the apartment. As Patrice opened the door to go inside, she put her food and drink on the counter and heard talking at the door. The door was open, and Miko was speaking to an elderly woman wearing dark shades. The shades were so dark that you could not see her eyes. Patrice joined Miko and Christopher in the doorway and immediately felt her energy, which felt dark, sly, and not of this world. This woman introduced herself as Goldie. We made pleasantries. Then she said that she was blind as she tried to touch Christopher, saying that he looked familiar. Miko put her arm in front of Christopher and said, "Don't touch him." Patrice looked at Goldie, wondering why she said that she was blind when clearly she can see. Patrice thought, you're up to something. We need to stay the hell away from you. Patrice made some type of excuse for Christopher and Miko to come inside. Soon as Miko closed the door, she said, "That lady is creepy. I have a bad vibe about her." Patrice said yes because she's a demon. We ate our food and went to bed. When Patrice woke up and walked down the hall to the living room, she was met with flies. Flies were everywhere, big, ugly flies. Patrice ran to the bedroom to get Miko, and together they ran to the living room. Miko said, "What the fuck? The apartment was cleaned and disinfected prior to the move-in. Why are there flies everywhere?" Patrice knew exactly why there were flies everywhere. It was Goldie. Patrice told Miko, "We had the door open while talking to her. She did this." Patrice and Miko went to the store to get ribbon tape. They bought 6 and came back to the apartment and got to work putting them up. It took 3 days for the apartment to be free of flies. After that, Patrice opened every window in the apartment and prayed in every room for that dark spirit to leave. And then she proceeded to sage the entire apartment. Goldie rang the doorbell asking for Miko. Patrice opened the door a crack. Goldie said again, "I need to speak to Miko. Is that okay with you?" I just looked at her. She said, "I'm just a helpless old lady." I said, "She's not home at this time. I will tell her that you want to speak to her." When Miko came home, I told her that Goldie wants to speak to her. She rolled her eyes and then headed to Goldie's apartment, which was right across from ours. Miko was gone for 45 minutes. When she walked in, she said, "Oh my God, she has bugs everywhere." And she was drunk. There were wine bottles everywhere. Patrice said, "I hope you shook your clothes before you came back. We don't need or want any more bugs." Goldie was released of her lease and was asked to leave the complex due to the bugs in her apartment. When Goldie left, Patrice went to the leasing office to get a new gate opener, and she then asked one of the associates about Goldie. She laughed and said, "That lady is strange." A tenant came into the office one day, and he lived next door to Goldie. He was outside of his apartment, trying to lock the door, and she was all the way down the hall. Once he locked the door and lifted his head, Goldie was standing right next to him. Goldie uses a walker. How can this be explained? The neighbor said he believed she was a witch. I'm just glad that she and her bugs are gone, and I hope to never see her again.